Welcome back. So, it's been a while. I've been taking some time to feel into all what's going on. I really needed some time to process and know what I wanted to say about all that's happening in the world right now. As someone who's highly sensitive and intuitive and empathic, I pick up on a lot of energy, which includes the collective energy. And if you're empathic, you do too. So when the world is in chaos and disarray, it's also, there's a lot of beautiful things happening as well, so keep that in mind. But when things are kind of crazy, it's really important to take care of yourself, especially if you're someone who is highly sensitive or empathic or intuitive. We're all intuitive, but if you really pick up on the energy of the collective, it's really important that you take care of yourself and give yourself breaks when you need them. Hello, welcome. So with that being said, I've had a lot of experiences of ups and downs, a lot of deep. A few weeks ago, I had a lot come up, especially with what's happening in the world around human trafficking and things like that. I had a lot of kind of old ghosts popping up. And so it was really difficult to kind of navigate all of those emotions for a while. So I wanted to take some time to really go inward to figure out how I wanted to show up, how I wanted to be, and what I wanted to talk about when I came back. So, welcome. Here's the thing. It's important for us to stay awake, to stay aware, to be involved in what's going on, but it's also important to take breaks when you need to, and as often as you need to. Because, when we're talking about Black Lives Matter, we're talking about, really we're going through a time, and we will for the next, I think, 5 years or so, at least, where stuff's coming up, and we're going to get, there's going to be a lot coming up, and a lot of it's not going to be great. And that's good, actually, because we need to be able to have these things come up so they can we can become aware of them, first of all, and then so we can also shift them. And while we're navigating all this, what I want to say about that is it's important to contribute, donate where you can, educate yourself, understand, and take really good care of yourself and know when enough's enough and you need a break from it. It's all about your intention and what you choose to focus on and what you choose to do about it. So I'll give you an example of this. So again, last week I had a lot coming up around, human trafficking, Jeffrey Epstein. Like, I found myself diving into these things that I feel really passionate about. But what it was doing was it gave me a sense of a bit of hopelessness, a sense of like, how can I be part of making this stop? What can I do? And so it was really, really challenging. It was really heavy stuff. And what I kind of came to was, okay, I need to focus on intention, and I need to focus on, okay, is going down the rabbit hole of that whole, topic, that theme, going to actually benefit me? And am I going to be able to show up and benefit others if I'm doing that? No. But what can I do? I can focus my intention on maybe how can I volunteer? How can I contribute to being part of the solution, right? Sorry, I had a phone call. Of course, the universe always provides. You set your intention and things show up, right? So my intention was, how can I support people who have experienced sexual abuse or trauma, who have been in sex trafficking, these sort of things. So here's what happened. I have been selling a lot of things on Marketplace, and I just so happened to have a twin bed that I was selling on Marketplace, and a girl reached out to me and she asked me if I'd be willing to do a trade with her because she was a single mom. She needed a bed for her child, and basically was willing to give me a photography session in exchange for, which is funny because, you know, of all the people she came in contact with, a photographer, right? Basically, she wanted to know if I would be willing to trade her the bed for some photography. And I just told her, look, mama, I get what it's like being a single mom. I'm just gonna give you the bed. And turns out we start talking more, we start sharing stories, and she shares with me she was part of that. She was in a situation where she was, essentially she's a sex traffic survivor. Like I said, the universe provides. So it's, hello, welcome. So my point to that being is when we focus and we set our intention on what we want and how we can support, how we can actually take action, that's so much more helpful and actually beneficial. And part of the title of this video is about being in your light. So my whole point to this is that we need people in their light. We need people in their joy. We need people, you know, standing and serving for others. And if we allow ourselves, especially people who are highly sensitive or, you know, could pick up energy really easily, it's important for us to be able to, you know, not go so deep down the rabbit hole that it takes us out. It's so much more healing and beneficial if we're in our joy and if we're able to come from an empowered and a strong place. And so it's important right now. And here's the other piece to this. So, you know, there's a lot of fear in the world. There's a lot of chaos in the world. And there's a lot of great, beautiful, wonderful things in the world too. And when we are able to keep our vibration high, collectively, we are calling in more love. We're calling in more joy. We're calling in more peace. So when each of us on an individual basis are upping our own frequencies, our own vibration, our own joy, our own, you know, pleasure, happiness, it helps affect the world. The other piece to this, every time you use your voice and you speak your truth, you are sending out loving vibrations throughout the world. And so some of the ways you can actually support during this time when the world feels a little like crazy and chaotic is actually being joyful, actually being grateful, actually being in love, in service. That's how we actually make change. So not only is it important for you to be in your joy so that others can also have hope and to feel that, you know, this is going to get better, because it is. But we also need to do it to help raise the vibration collectively as a whole. Love will always win. Always. And at times it can feel like that's not true. But I ask you to be present in your everyday and notice the beauty, the love. What is your intention? How do you want to serve? How do you want to show up? You know, part of what I kind of came through last week on the other side of kind of going down that rabbit hole was, yes, what is my intention? But also, I am so much more powerful in my joy and in when I'm in service than when I'm spiraling down into, you know, that, into the darkness that is the black hole of the internet, right? So you want to be really mindful. You want to support, you want to educate, you want to, you know, donate if you can and where you can. But ultimately, your own state and self-care and your ability to be in service and actually help others is going to be way more powerful than sitting and crying about, you know, the state of the world. Now, you can sit and cry about the state of the world. It's important to do that when you need to feel that or do that. But then you have to say, okay, what is my intention? What do I want to do now? Right? Because in those times, I wasn't showing up online. I wasn't being like of service, right? Because I allowed my intention to be focusing on the things that actually weren't serving me or serving anyone else. And so when I shifted that focus onto something that could actually be helpful, right? The universe brought me someone to serve and to help. And so I say that to you to say, we need you in your joy. We need you in your light. We need you out in the world serving others, helping bring more light, more joy into the world. So, find your joy. And if you're struggling with that right now, that's okay too. It's about honoring where you're at and how you're feeling. And the more you can honor where you're at and how you're feeling, the less time it's going to take for that to, you'll be able to move through those feelings quicker. So, connect to the things that light you up, that excite you, be in service, donate where you can, give your time, your resources, whatever you've got, but take breaks when you know you need to take a break, okay? So really comes back to, again, self-care and really managing your own state. So the more you can do that, the better and stronger you'll be to actually make a difference. So that's what I got for you right now. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, can't wait to see you again soon.